Okay. All right.
Hey guys, welcome to the second podcast of our choosing.
Instead of
I'm
doing Dungeons and
no one,
Dragons,
no one else was gonna do an intro. And I've been trying to be a YouTuber, so I can try to do intros.
hi guys.
We're just going to talk about all the comic book stuff today, like MCU films, DC films, go out of off topic like we did last podcast a bunch, and just have some fun.
Yeah, just
Iron
having
Man
some
is
plain
truly the
old
most
fun
evil
and
character
disagreeing
there
about a
is.
lot of things.
Yes. For the MCU stuff, we're going to talk about the movies that are already out and what we're excited for and not excited for the upcoming films and shows and characters we want to see in upcoming movies and TV shows.
All right, so I think I've said before when I heard the Shang-Chi movie, I'm kind of iffy about it because if we both remember, or if we all remember, the Iron Fist TV series, that was awful. I'm not gonna
Wait, what?
sugarcoat it. The Iron Fist series, the Iron Fist
The
series on
first season
Netflix.
was bad. Yeah. The first
Yes,
season.
the first season was trash, but the
Yeah.
second
They,
season,
couldn't-
but
they didn't have a
it did.
good fighter coordinator.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
did-
how are you
No.
gonna have an Iron Fist show without somebody who knows how to do stunts?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's
but
like
the
You
second
needed
season
to
definitely
do it.
did get better.
yeah, the second season it got a lot better, but I kind of
Also,
agree.
a lot of a lot of Netflix shows I feel like suffer from being too long.
Mhm.
That too. I kind of do agree with Jen. She did kind of hit it on point where it was like if you're gonna hire someone to be a like martial artist, especially for the MCU or DC, you kind of have to find someone who's actually good at doing martial arts, or at least get a better fight choreographer. Because
No, but the guy that got casted as Shang-Chi is actually like trained in martial arts. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, and that's a good thing, and it's not that hard to. Do a fight coordinator where someone's already knows martial arts. But for the person that they had for Danny Rand and Iron Fist, he didn't look. Well, first of all, he didn't look at all like Iron Fist.
He
within the
looks like
comics.
Danny Rand. He
Yeah.
looked like Danny Rand.
With a fro.
I mean,
With a perm.
but he had like the cocky, pretty boy.
Yeah, he had that attitude. It was perfect, but Danny never had a beard, nor did he have like a perm. His hair was straight and it was just kind of
I'm
flat.
yes,
He had a fire.
yes
but that's
with
not
the straight hair. But
You can
no,
argue on the beard. If
he's
like
had
his-
he.
Yeah,
I mean,
in
there's
some of the comics, he
so
had a
many
beard.
different comics. I'm pretty sure he had a beard at one point.
He had a beard at one point in the Iron Fist, the Immortal Weapon or the Lethal Weapon or something like that, where he, for some reason, is just going through like a depression and he's just like feeling nothing at all, and he's being attacked by undead zombies.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, I could go through like the whole entire series and review this, but I think we'll just like do like a comic review separately for that. But yeah, he had a
Why
beard in
would
that
you
one.
have had a beard that entire time? That's gonna be like a 30-minute thing.
Because they didn't want to shave it, kind of like how they had to CG Henry Cavill's beard,
Oh god.
even though they could totally
Oh,
just
God.
done bearded Superman because that's the thing in the comics.
Yeah, that's
Bearded
actually,
black
yeah.
Superman.
But we also got to
But
remember.
we can talk about it with the DC stuff. Let's stick to Marvel right now.
Okay, but we also got to remember just to point this out that Superman and even Batman had the party in the front or party at the back business in the front
Oh my
mullets.
I remember the super mullet. Oh my god.
I remember the Superman mullet, but I don't remember the Batman one.
Oh wait, it's when Batman had a mullet when Dick Grayson took over. Dick Grayson had a mullet.
Oh yeah, he did.
No, it was horrible.
Okay,
It was
back
horrible.
to
Okay, but
Marvel.
back to Marvel. But
Yeah.
with Shang-Chi, at least they have someone that actually knows martial arts, and it makes it even better because at least he knows how to do the techniques against someone who.
I mean, and
never
also
trained.
this whole Shang-Chi title with the subtitle is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So we are going to get a proper Mandarin. We're going to get a proper Ten Rings organization.
Yeah, I just kind of wonder like how that's gonna factor within within the Marvel. I almost said DC.
You also, again, like,
Or
and
my
also, like I
galaxy.
said, I don't know if I said this on podcast or off podcast, but Mandarin is Shang-Chi's father. So,
I actually looked that up. I looked it up, and I actually have it right here. So we're just gonna do like this little, just just have this like little,
or I think,
Mandarin. You're not the father. Mandarin, you're the father. Oh. Okay, so Mandarin from Earth 616. All right. No, he is not Shang-Chi's dad.
okay, I think that's what I. Okay, if that's not it, they're gonna do that in the MCU. I think that's how they're going to connect it.
Okay, so Shang-Chi's father is actually a man called Fu Manchu.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. It's like I heard somewhere they were going. I forgot it wasn't in the comics because I've been looking at a bunch of like movie stuff anyway. It's been a long 2 weeks.
It's all right because quarantine and all the stuff that's going
Yeah,
on here.
but what they're going to do for the MCU is make Mandarin Shang-Chi's father. That's how they're going to connect it.
Huh.
Because it's gonna, and also apparently they're going to do or the rumor is they're going to do going Dragon Ball reference here, but World Martial Art Tournament kind of feel to it.
Oh, like from
Like OG Dragon Ball.
yeah, but it was also a thing in like when Doctor Doom had the power of like the Beyonder and was Doom World. That's it right there, Doom World.
But Doom World wasn't a World Martial Arts Tournament. That was just a.
Yeah, it was like a side story, but it was a great side story with Shang-Chi and like Danny Rand. It was a good one. That's what
Oh
I was gonna
yeah,
say.
right. That
It was great.
but with all we've been talking about just about Shang-Chi for like 10 minutes now.
Well, we're
But
excited. I'm ready for this movie.
I mean, I'm excited for Shang. I'm excited for mostly everything. Whenever they first released the slate, I was least excited for Loki because it seemed too predictable. Because they said like it's the same Loki that escaped an Endgame, but apparently they are going to do like a time travel, especially with like the time variance investigators people. I don't know their actual name, but that's a TVA. Time variance. They're time cops. Yeah, exactly.
Time cops.
But there's also like rumors that like Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be in it, which will be a nice like new big bad or like side big bad. Even in like another rumor that I've heard recently that apparently MODOK and AIM are supposed to be somehow connected to the Black Widow movie.
You know what? I could totally see that happening. I can.
Like I can see them introducing like reintroducing AIM in the yellow suits because they were actually supposed to be yellow suited AIM agents in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but they decided they decided to go against that.
And how that turned out.
Well, I still enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp. I enjoyed what they were going with it.
I have yet to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. I need to. I keep meaning to watch.
I think it takes place like in the exact same time as Infinity War, so they're going to, apparently they are going to, the rumor is they're going to reintroduce AIM and possibly like post credit scene have like MODOK or something if that rumor is true.
I wonder how they're gonna do MODOK because he said
he's
big dude.
He's like a big.
He's a big head in a chair.
Yeah, that's him. Like, but they cop out so much on all this stuff. Like,
I mean,
like
well,
the Tesseract, he made it. Like, it was made by AIM. It wasn't like something.
Wait, what?
Before time, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
But, there was one I read in one comic. He made the Tesseract.
Oh, the Tesseract. Yeah.
They copped out with that.
Well, they combined the Tesseract and the Space Stone just for, I guess, simplicity reasons, because the Tesseract is its own thing in the comics, because the Tesseract was actually a big part in the evil Captain America storyline, which is actually...
I know.
Is actually... And I'm actually one of the few people who likes that storyline.
You mean the one where he was secretly got like a Hydra agent, then for some reason the real Captain America came out of his head?
the original. Someone told me that the original idea for that was to was a time travel kind of situation.
Mhm.
But they decided to go against that and do the good Captain America comes out of evil Captain America's head or whatever happened. I can't remember. I've read that storyline right when it came out and haven't gone back to it, but
Yeah, it's like super
But-
weird and confusing because when I read it, I was like, wait, what? How does that make any sense?
yeah,
What is that? How is this even possible? But it happened. It happened. It happened. We can't do nothing about it. But
Just-
going back
We
to
can
like,
move past
Black
it. That's all.
Widow.
I'm actually excited for Black Widow because Kevin Feige wants to do a Black Widow solo film back during Phase 2, but Bob Iger was like, no, women don't sell comic book or women don't sell action movies.
Maybe
That
she-
is a lie. That is
the
a lie.
actress.
All right.
Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson is a terrible actress. I don't care what she looks like. She's not Black Widow. She is terrible as Black Widow.
I think
To
mean,
me, she's all right.
I
Like, she's
like
an
Scarlett
alright
Johansson as Black Widow, but I do think they could have gone more like what they did, like the animated shows or animated movies with giving her like that thick Russian accent. But I think it fits that she has a normal accent because she knows
Right.
like what 10 different languages.
Yeah, she knows about 10
No, I
different
get.
languages,
I'm not
but
even
And she's
upset
a-
about her.
but
I'm
And
like,
she's
going
a
off of
super
Black Widow, I
soldier.
think we need to give a big round of applause for Taskmasker being in that series, and it's finally
Yeah.
my main man Taskmasker
hope-
is in a series, and he opens pretty good.
I hope he's not a one and done.
Like for
Well,
real.
then again, the MCU has done a lot of one and done villains, but then again, they've also like started fixing that with like leaving their villains alive, like how we're going to get Baron Zemo in a proper Baron Zemo in the purple mask and fur coat in Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're going to get a what's it called? We're getting Baron Mordo and
Okay, there we go. Yeah, Baron needs to kind of come back, but I'm gonna actually talk about him later. But keep going.
I mean, we're going to get Baron Mordo in a Doctor Strange sequel. I'm not sure if it's going to be the next film, but it might be. He might be like the third film villain. We're going to get. Well, we're not going to get Ulysses Claw or Killmonger and Black Panther 2.
Okay, yeah,
I think
definitely.
They
That-
could bring back Claw because he did die in the comics and came back as sound waves.
Mhm.
that is
As
true.
weird as that sounds, they could do that if they wanted to.
You got to remember
mean,
this
yeah,
is
like-
this is Marvel Comics. People have like died in one issue and just came back for another stupid reason.
Yes, in laws of comics, the only
Yeah.
people who don't come back, and the only people who don't come back from the dead are Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy.
She came
No,
back.
Gwen came. Oh wait,
She came back
It's
as a
Uncle
clone. That
Ben.
doesn't count.
Came back as
Uncle Ben and Batman's parents.
Are the only two characters that have officially stayed dead. Well, technically, you
Yeah.
can't count Thomas Wayne because Thomas Wayne did come back in Batman
proper-
series.
In like proper mainline
Oh, okay,
comics.
like proper.
I'm not
mainline.
talking about
Okay.
That's why I said, and also there is a version of like, I think there's a Spider-Man timeline where it was Aunt May who died and Uncle Ben
That was
stayed.
off of him. He became a superstar wrestler dude, and he didn't have his.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't. He was kind of a prick. To be
Who?
honest,
Yeah,
Like
No,
Uncle
that's
Ben
right.
was a prick, or
But what
Peter
was
was
the
more of
point?
a prick.
what?
I said, was it Uncle Ben that was more of a prick, or was it Peter that was more of a
No,
prick?
Peter.
Peter.
So
Okay.
Peter, Uncle Ben wanted him to be a good person, and Peter's like, "No, fuck that. I want money."
I need fame. I need fortune. That's the only
Well,
way.
Exactly.
in-
I can't make money
and
off
like-
of this like picture
And like
shit.
the super old, like, in like the beginning Spider-Man comics, Spider-Man was part of a talk show or had his own TV show or whatever.
Oh yeah. I believe that was actually in the original animated series where he was actually on a show showing off his powers and how he
Yeah,
could stick to walls.
yeah,
and
they
all that.
referenced that. I mean, they referenced that, but that was actually a thing in like the comics, like for like a dozen issues, I think, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for like about a good few issues.
Yeah.
And continuing on with Spider-Man, there is one where I believe they're gonna make a new one. What was actually the new movie for
What was that you cut out?
I said, what was the new Spider-Man movie that's gonna come out?
It's not. It doesn't have a confirmed title, but we are getting a Spider-Man 3. It is going to be him running away from whatever. They have confirmed Scorpion. I think they've reconfirmed Vulture. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some other villains we haven't seen yet, because Kevin Feige wants to step away from villains we've seen in previous incarnations of the Spider-Man films. So no Green Goblin, no Doc Ock, no Sandman.
People get Tombstone.
Wait, but they never mind. They teasered Spider-Man, or they teasered Doc Ock and all of them in the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know why they're just kind of going back on it now, but
well, because that was the Amazing Spider-Man films, and not the new.
Oh, that's
the
right.
new ones.
That's not the new ones.
Because this is the third time they've rebooted, or the second time they've rebooted Spider-Man. But there's also some rumors of staying into Spider-Man Sony areas. There's rumors that we might end up seeing a Superior Spider-Man film.
Ooh, yes, I would love to see that.
I mean, I don't see how I would like to see that, but if sorry, I'm burping. If Sony and Marvel,
So rude.
God, man, what the hell? You say excuse you.
If I said
kidding.
sorry.
I'm kidding. I burped several times in this podcast. I didn't say sorry.
If Sony and Marvel keep up their deal, which I really hope they do, because a lot of people are in support of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. If they end up keeping their deal, I think they could do a Superior Spider-Man film in the future. Because in the comics, Doc Ock didn't take Peter's body until he was at the end of college.
Yeah, that was true, and that's when.
And then that's when he decided to do Parker Industries, which I think they could build up in the MCU, make Peter more or less, because they've already been doing this, make Peter the new Iron Man,
make him
quote unquote new Iron Man, but still
Steve
keep
Jobs.
him Spider-Man. Make him, because when Parker Industries was a thing, Spider-Man funded the Avengers, because that was at the same time when Tony Stark was broke. Even though he still owned Area 51 and shit.
Yeah, and essentially, when you say becoming a new Stark, I mean, I kind of think of him more or less becoming like Steve Jobs from Apple, because he did create the Parker watch, the Parker phone.
Yeah,
yeah, he's Steve Jobs now.
No, yeah,
that's evil.
Yeah,
and I kind of, again, last podcast, I kind of do wish they could do a Clone Saga, because Ben Reilly coming back as the Jackal, and then toppling Peter Industries, because that was actually a good one.
Don't know how they would do Clone Saga, as much as I do agree, because I would love them to introduce the clones, because apparently we're supposed to get jumping back to a different Spider-Man film, and apparently in Spider-Verse 2, we're going to get Ben Reilly and Kane Parker.
Yes, I need that. I need this. It needs to happen. I want it. I want it.
But also apparently because in that teaser that they showed us last year, there was coloring for Ben Parker. There's coloring Ben Reilly. There's coloring for Kane. There was even coloring for Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh, that one, the manga Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, Japanese television show Spider-Man.
Oh, you mean the one from
the post credit?
Yeah.
Was that what the credits rolling is?
No, it wasn't the post-credit one. It was the one with the mech.
Oh god, that one.
The 80s Spider-Man show that aired in Japan.
That one. Oh,
yeah,
god.
that one. But skipping away from Spider-Man, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
So what do you think Spider-Man's gonna do in this?
Okay, I'm just gonna go with this. I don't hate the actor that played Baron Mordor, right? Mordo, yeah. I don't mind the actor and how his was good.
No, I think he was a good Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
A lot of people are angry that he wasn't the right color, because apparently that's a thing. It's not like we can't just have a good actor who portrays the character well.
Yeah, I was just actually kind of wishing he kind of went more with an English accent, because if I remember correctly, wasn't Baron Mordo like from England or something?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, because if I remember that correctly, I'll take a look up. So,
but I think I do like how at the end of the first Doctor Strange, he was like, there's too many wizards, too many sorcerers. No, they're wizards. Because wizards gain their powers through studying, sorcerers having a net talent, warlocks make a pact with a deity. Sorry,
Excuse me. D&D does not work in the Marvel comic setting.
He is a wizard. Harry Potter is a sorcerer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What?
You're not wrong.
No,
he is Peter Parker, or not Peter Parker. Shit. Harry Potter, by D&D standards, is not a wizard.
He's a sorcerer.
He's a sorcerer.
He does study though, so he has.
I mean, but he has an innate talent for magic.
Yeah,
So by that definition, he got rid of the class in the first movie by doing nothing.
Yeah, that's sorcery, not wizardry.
Sorcery.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sorcerer. Like, he learns to control it. He learns new. Is he a multi-class wizard and sorcerer?
Let's just say he's multi-class sorcerer and wizard, because that's the only way. That's the only way he could actually ever do anything in there.
Yeah, but back to Marvel.
Yeah. Anyway,
you're a wizard, Harry. I'm a what?
Back to Marvel.
Peter's the wizard, right? That's where we left off.
What?
We left off at Doctor Strange and Baron Mordo. How I said I kind of wish there were like an English
for Doctor
accent.
Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. Apparently, they are still going to go the horror route, even though, what's his name, the director? Not James Gunn. Who was the director for the first Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah, it kind of would be kind of a good idea to go with a horror theme, because let's be honest, Doctor Strange is either horror.
Scott Derrickson.
There we go.
Scott Derrickson was a prominent horror director. Like indie horror director, because Marvel likes to get a lot of indie directors. But at the same time, he wanted to do like Nightmare in the first movie, but Kevin Feige was like, no. So the plan was to have Nightmare in the second film, do a horror kind of situation, hence the Multiverse of Madness, which is actually a play on the Mountains of Madness from H.P. Lovecraft, which is a very
Cthulhu, Cthulhu, we're gonna see a cameo.
Yes, Cthulhu. Yes, Cthulhu, Lovecraftian stuff. I'm kind of big into that. I've actually read the Mountains of Madness, but back to the.
But yeah, I think honestly it would be kind of a good idea to go with like a more horror theme, because
I mean,
Doctor Strange was either like a trippy comic book or something that was like trippy and scary at the same time, or something that made you think about your own life.
It was very trippy. It was psychedelic. The book that Stan Lee was reading on the bus during his cameo was a book on the science of tripping on acid. It was a book about tripping on acid, I think.
Actually, let me look this up, and you guys continue to look this up real quick.
But Doctor Strange was a very trippy film. It's one of my personal favorites of the MCU. Yeah, but with Doctor Strange 2, especially with WandaVision going to the shows, directing tying into Multiverse of Madness, because it's supposed to be WandaVision, then Multiverse of Madness comes out right when the last episode comes out, or like a couple weeks after. With Wanda having her manipulating reality manipulating powers, and Multiverse of Madness is supposed to be like Doctor Strange takes Wanda and be like, hey, I'm going to train you to use your powers, or teach you magic, because Wanda also knows magic in the comics. She's not just a mutant.
Okay,
she's not really
sorry to interrupt, but I found it, and it's actually The Doors of Perception is what he's actually reading.
Is it about
Yeah, I thought that was
tripping on acid, though?
Yeah, I thought it was about tripping on acid.
I'll keep looking.
The title sounds like that's what it is. I mean, come on.
I'll
Doors of
keep looking.
Perception.
You may continue on.
This is really important. You gotta find this. So anyway, you
For
think
Wanda also knowing magic in the comics, but a lot of people are also saying this might end like how we get the mutants, or how we get the proper mutants, how we get like the X-Men, how we get Fantastic Four. But I'm hoping for Fantastic Four they do like
why?
set a movie in the 80s for Fantastic Four, have them go through a wormhole and then come back during modern or like 2024, because that's where we are now in the MCU.
Why would they start in the 80s? I don't understand that.
Because they are Marvel's first family. There aren't any heroes
True,
during the 80s.
True. And also, I just found the information too. And you guys are right. It is about hallucinogenics.
Yeah. Wait, so not exactly tripping on acid, but about hallucinogenics.
Yeah, it's psychiatric drugs.
Come on, let's be honest.
With the mystical insight of great potential
Seriously,
benefits for science and art and religion.
Yes. The reason why I say put the Fantastic Four in the 80s is because they are Marvel's first family. There aren't many villains, there aren't many villains. There aren't many heroes in the 80s during the 80s, because Cap is still frozen. Captain Marvel hasn't come to Earth yet, and she's only there for like a week. Tony Stark is still a kid.
What? How does that even work?
He's like in college.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
In the 80s? Wait, I just remember something too, and we can't forget at the time where Tony Stark also had a mullet. So.
Wait, what?
Tony Stark.
What?
Tony Stark in the comics one time had a mullet.
Oh yeah, but everyone had a mullet.
Everyone had a mullet. Parker had a mullet. Ben Reilly had a mullet.
They've already established in 1993 he was still the drunken party boy and not Iron Man yet. So in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I just looked it up. And his mullet is like afro.
He's probably in high school and college.
You know, Tony, he's probably already in college, even as a teenager, like that young Sheldon crap.
True. True.
Not gonna lie, that's probably true.
Yeah, but and also everyone wants the director of The Incredibles to direct.
Wait. So the director from The Incredibles to direct?
To direct the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much what that movie was. It's
The Incredibles
because
was just like based off the Fantastic Four.
family of superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a family of superheroes. It was a very family. It was very family oriented movie. It just wasn't about the powers, which we need for the first family of Marvel.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
kids,
we have not got. I think the closest thing we've gotten to that was the unreleased Fantastic Four movie that was filmed in the 90s.
You know what? I'm not gonna even argue with that.
As much as I enjoyed, I did not love. I enjoyed like the Chris Evans Fantastic Four movies.
Yes, the first
They're
ones.
not
The very
accurate,
first
really,
ones.
but
They're not bad, but they're not good at the same time. That's how I describe like the Mortal Kombat movie. Like it's a good bad movie.
yeah, it's like you're not gonna be pissed off that you made to watch it or something. It's it's
No,
You got two
I would be pissed off. I would be pissed off if I was forced to watch Fan Four Stick.
Oh
What?
no!
The 2015 Fantastic Four movie.
No!
God.
Let's not go to that one.
yeah.
For the love of
No,
God, let's
that's-
not go to that one.
I haven't even watched it just because I know how bad it is.
It's super bad.
Here's something I want to understand.
It's
honestly.
super bad.
I
to the
really
point,
do.
I mean, it's like it's bad
I
to the
want-
point where
did
it,
someone-
like it's bad to the point where
See?
it rivals Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yes. Well, the only reason why they made that movie was because if Fox didn't make a Fantastic Four film in
They'd
I
have to
think
give
it's
up.
7 years, then Marvel Studios would have gotten that property back. So they made it just so they can keep the rights because they thought they were going to do something with them, but nope.
But I have a question though. Have y'all seen the movie?
Yes, I kind of watched
No.
it with my family.
Okay, I haven't seen the movie, but I have a big question I want to explain. Is Johnny Storm and Sue Storm, are they like blood brother and sister? Or are they step brother and sister or
They're
adopted?
step siblings.
I
Or
thought it
adopted.
was
Okay.
like I thought they were actually siblings because they both had the same hair color. But I shall also look up this information.
But
Because like
Johnny Storm was played by
Chris Evans.
the guy who played in the 2004 one or the Fantastic Four stick?
Was
Was he
2004 one.
Yes. I can't remember the
I'm-
actor's name for the life of me. But the guy who played Killmonger was Johnny Storm in Fan Four stick.
Okay,
Wow.
so yeah, Sue and Johnny are
Sue
actually
Storm was a
brother and
white
sisters.
blonde chick.
Yes, they're both actually related.
What the heck?
How does
Yeah.
that work? How does
Well,
that
they're both
genetically
blonde.
work?
They're both blonde.
No, I meant in the latest crap fest that was Fantastic Four.
They bullshitted. I think they actually
One
went with
dude
like the
white, one
adopted
dude white.
family, like they were adopted or something. Because let's
Yeah.
be honest. Let's be honest. How does that even work?
It doesn't. I'm
I
like,
don't know.
I mean, I can
Um,
understand if the like I
wait,
can
let's-
understand if you said earlier about like step siblings, like oh his dad or her dad or mother remarried to someone else. You know, I can understand that. But saying like they're blood related
Yeah.
makes absolutely no sense.
I don't even need to
Yeah.
completely understand genetics for that, man.
Alright, so
I'll do a topic that might, get heated. In the comments.
Please, YouTube, do not demonetize this video for our
Oh, God,
transgressions
no.
for this heresy of ours, please.
Yes. We
I've-
love the the forced vacation. Nobody is complaining here.
Nobody is.
wait, what? Oh,
Anyway.
No, I want my checks. I want my
Um.
$1,200 checks, please, and thank you.
Wait, you're getting paid? What?
Nope, I'm not getting paid. This YouTube
I was about
channel,
to say-
this YouTube channel is not getting paid for so many copyrights at the moment. So
Well, and also we shouldn't even be getting paid anyway. We have what, 8
Marvel,
subscribers?
DC, hey, can we
yeah,
get
essentially
some
yes,
of
we
this?
wouldn't even
No.
get paid anyway, so because we only have the 8.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you to our subscribers, by the
I
way.
don't
We love
know.
you.
Thank you for the 8 subscribers that have stayed with us for this most endangered time of ours.
I love that people forget to unsubscribe. That's why we still have followers. That's why I haven't.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them to
That's why I
unsubscribe.
still have. Hey, we're
wrong with
getting
you?
views on our.
Don't
We're getting
unsubscribe.
views on our
Spread us
videos.
around, like
Yeah,
butter.
So,
I think the most views on the
Check
videos
with
we
your-
had was the Ike one.
but back to on topic.
Anyway, back on topic.
Anyways,
Back to the topic of comic books.
That conversation.
Uh,
So, where were we?
We were talking about the crappy
We're
Fantastic
talking
Four
about
movie,
what,
but I
characters we want to see. I mean, like
oh, so let's
I
let
want
us
to see a
continue.
proper. I want to see a proper
the
Kitty
multiverse of
Pride.
madness.
I love Ellen
Oh.
Page. I love Ellen Page. She is one of my favorite actresses. I loved her as Kitty Pryde. I loved her as Violet. As I loved her in what's that called?
Days of End, or Futures Past, or something like that.
No, the Netflix series she was in.
Oh, the Netflix
I-
series.
uh,
I didn't watch it.
Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
I loved her as that character. I can't remember the name right now, but because it's almost 10 o'clock at night. My brain is shutting down. But I loved her as like the character from Beyond Two Souls because she was great in that. Her and William Dafoe were great in that game.
There it goes. Okay. I didn't hear nobody for a second. I'm like, I'm all alone.
Yeah, I saw that on the chat. But Yeah, I love Ellen Page, but I want a proper Kitty Pryde with her like pet dragon.
Oh god, that'd be so.
Oh man, yeah.
I know it's not a
that has to
dragon, but
happen.
whatever, it's a dragon.
You look like a dragon. What the fuck? It's a baby.
It-
Hey, dragon.
It's an alien. It's an alien, but it's a dragon. Kind of like how
It's an
Fing Fang
alien,
Foom was.
and it's a dragon, but it's also not a dragon because it's an alien.
Kind of like how Fing Fang Foom is a dragon, which apparently we're also supposed to get in Shang-Chi.
Oh, that'd be
There's
so
rumors.
cool.
I mean, I would love Fing Fang Foom and Shang-Chi. Like, holy crap, because we got a tease of Fing Fang Foom in the first Iron Man film. It's like a blink and you miss it poster.
What?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like, it's when he's on his first flight through the city, you see a poster of a dragon, and that's Fing Fang Foom.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I'll send y'all a link to a Easter egg video, and it shows that. Yeah, I would love an actual Kitty Pryde. I would love a proper short Canadian Logan. Give me a short buff guy. Give me a 5.
You know, I think
Yeah,
I think I can fit that role. I'm
Give
not
me
short
a-
dude.
Not 5'4".
I'm
No,
5'5".
Logan in the comics is like 5'2".
Oh god, I need to get shorter then.
I will be happy with the guy who's like 5'4", 5'5", but give me muscular. Give me like give me like a muscular Danny DeVito.
Oh god.
Oscar Dan.
Oh god. Oh god.
If someone can draw fan art of that, please do.
Oh god. What can we get like DLC character of Danny DeVito's Spider-Man in like the Spider-Man game?
Oh my god.
Yes,
No.
we need that. We need that, and it needs to happen.
No, dude, I'm speaking of Danny DeVito, I love like the edit people did when Detective Pikachu was first coming out. With the trailers, it was Danny DeVito's voice.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's great. That is perfect.
Okay, but look, like those are like I want to see like proper X-Men, like, and also a proper Cyclops, cause
God, yeah. I want to see the real
Okay.
Rogue.
Okay,
I don't wanna see-
Cyclops in the original quadrilogy, however you would say it in the X-Men.
Yes.
Before he was actually killed by Phoenix or Jean Grey or whatever, the actual Phoenix Jean Grey, because whatever the hell they did,
But
in
he
that one
wasn't
was not
a-
good. But,
yes, he was not good, but I want the leader. I want the guy who isn't a pushover. Cyclops in the 2000 film was such a pushover to Logan.
Like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, and I
they
mean
were
like.
equal. They were fought.
And let's be honest,
Like-
the love triangle between them two was kind of weird in the movies. Now that I actually think about it, it was like super.
No,
weird.
yes, it was.
You know, instead of like Jean actually picking Cyclops over Logan, which was like something that kind of like hit home, like and hit everybody in like the chest
Hmm.
when it happened.
I'm
But
like-
it was like it had to happen because
But Jean has always picked Cyclops over Logan.
and
The whole love triangle thing was weird to begin with because Logan's like 300 years old at that point.
hey, that's 300 years of experience, my man.
We had a whole like 8 movies with Twilight. People don't give a shit about ages. Okay?
Robert Pattinson had a huge problem with that.
Okay, but
Let's be
that.
fair.
But let's just differentiate.
It didn't- I'm
Let's
sorry,
make
it
the
didn't hurt
difference
box
between
office sales,
Wolverine
what
and that.
But
and
you
that
will
DC.
have an argument on that once we get to the DC stuff. We're still on Marvel right now.
Well, let's actually make a difference between Twilight and the Wolverine. Okay, Wolverine stuck basically somewhat to the comics,
Mhm.
while Twilight's werewolves and vampires are just like completely different. Okay, first of all, anybody that's hearing this, vampires do not fucking sparkle. Okay,
No.
they do not sparkle. They burn in the sun. Okay.
Oh, speaking of vampires, going back to the
Morbius?
Sony stuff, Morbius, because we are also getting a Blade reboot, which I'm excited for because Mahershala Ali, which is the definitive version of, hey, the Netflix system is not connected to the MCU. Mahershala Ali being Blade, but when Wesley Snipes, not Wesley Snipes, that's the character's name. When
Wesley Snipes is the actor.
No, yeah, you're right. When Wesley Snipes was Blade in the first Blade, we were supposed to get Morbius at the very end of the film. That was supposed to be an alternate ending to go to the second film.
But they didn't do that.
No, because I think it was a whole problem. It was kind of like the whole thing how they wanted like Logan to be in costume during Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that. We honestly weren't gonna get any Wolverine in his actual costume.
No, I mean it was teased at the end of the Wolverine.
Yeah,
when he was in
teased,
Japan, but we never got it.
Yeah, why tease it if you're never gonna use it though? You know?
Because Fox was dumb, which is why I'm glad. Which is why I'm glad Kevin Feige has hold over those properties. No.
Which is kind of good. Like I would understand if he wore the suit, but he didn't wear the mask, and he just like how he wears it all the time, like down on his shoulders.
Kind of like how a hood is.
Yeah, like it's like a hoodie to him, where either he mostly has it on or he has it off, and it's most of the time he has it off. Or
exactly.
He gets destroyed
because
in battle.
He doesn't care who sees him.
I mean, come on, he's lived for 300 years. I'm pretty sure either somebody has seen him at one point in time, or this man has literally so many driver's licenses that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. But speaking of Wolverine, do you think whenever we get to see Wolverine name more, do you think we're going to see a version of the Invaders, the World War II team?
That's actually a good question.
Because a lot of people are thinking, hey, once we see Wolverine, we'll get a flashback to World War II with him helping Cap.
That's a really good question. Honestly, it comes down to who has the rights to that.
If it's a flashback,
the Marvel Studios does.
Okay, so that's got to be something like that has to be brought up with them. It's like, hey, we should have a flashback of Wolverine actually helping out Captain America, and
because
had that situation happen. But
Wolverine is again 300 years old. He's old. He's been in a lot of wars, and also I would personally like to see a proper version of we saw him, but we didn't see him. The Human Torch, not Johnny Storm, but the robot.
The robot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw him during the Stark Expo. He was in that tube, but we didn't see him in action. So it's basically an Easter egg, but they haven't done anything with him.
I think either most of these will either come in like the Phase 4, or they're gonna probably do something around like Phase 5. But
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hard thing to answer because like they have it and they have the rights, but at the moment I don't think anybody has brought it up to them. Like, hey, we could do this Wolverine where he has a flashback, or we could use the Human Torch, the robot, and like that. Or if they do use it, they're gonna be like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense."
I think it would be cool, because we only saw portions of Cap's mission during the first Avengers, so it would be like, hey, this is a portion of the mission we didn't see.
Or you know what they could have actually done?
Wolverine.
That I thought of when they did the first Captain America movie, they should have gotten Hugh Jackman in the background, just walking past Captain America, like a little Easter egg there.
They wouldn't have been able to do that at the time.
Yeah, because of Fox, I know, but that would have been perfect if they had the rights to it. That would have been so perfect.
Yeah.
Actually fit like what the comics sometimes do. They're just like, oh, there's like Iron Man flying over the city, and it's a totally different comic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because how small New York is, so you run into everybody all the time.
Yeah, because every hero and their mom is in New York
for some odd reason.
Which is why I'm glad they do like the West Coast Avengers and Kane is in Houston.
Which, if anybody, right now I'm just kind of going off topic. If anybody has a chance to read the 24 issue Scarlet Spider Kane, do so now, because that is a great series, and I'm kind of hoping they actually pick that back up again. Because after the second Spider-Verse, we don't see whatever happened to Kane, and we don't see whatever happened to Ben.
The only people we're actually following at the moment is just Superior Spider-Man and regular Spider-Man and Silk and all those. But
Oh yeah, because we're getting that because we got that new Superior Spider-Man thing where Doc Ock made the mistake of making a deal with Mephisto like every Spider character does.
yeah, yeah, and it's just like we got all these Spider characters, but what happened to Ben? What happened to Kane? Are they still in the Spider-Web verse of the main one, or?
Speaking of Spider-Verse, the Sony Madam Web film.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, well, there's 2 Madam Webs. If we're going by the one that's like a redhead, I forgot her name. Please don't destroy me in the comics, everybody.
I can't remember that either.
Or we're gonna go with
the old lady who like is like part of the Web of Destiny or whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah.
Like she was in the series a couple times.
Yes, she was
Madam
like,
Web was in a major character in the old animated series.
And she was also like she's a major character in like the Shattered Dimensions game.
Yeah.
Which is a great game.
Very great game.
But
also the what was it? There was actually a sequel to that one. What was that?
She wasn't a major character in Edge of Time.
Okay, but yeah, Edge of Time is also a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
No, I like it, but they recycled the whole Monster Rock thing from the like 2000 Spider-Man game.
True.
And instead of being Doc Ock and Venom, or Doc Ock and Carnage, it was Doc Ock and Anti-Venom and another thing.
Madam Web, by the way, is her name is Julia Carpenter. And
yes, Julia Carpenter. Yeah, there we go.
Different Spider-Man or something. So.
I think, she was a Spider-Woman. I think they might do an amalgam of the 2.
To be fair, you can do the young and the old version because they're like spread across time or something, aren't they?
True, you could.
But I don't know, like, if they're going to do a Madam Web film and just introduce a bunch of spider people. And this is supposed to be a live-action film, by the way.
I mean,
because we're also supposed to be. We're also supposed to be getting a Spider-Woman film, which I swear I thought the Marvel had the rights to Spider-Woman. I guess not. My dreams have been shattered of a proper Spider-Woman film because I love Spider-Woman. Don't come at me.
Which one?
Jessica Drew.
There's like
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't
Jessica
want Mayday
Drew.
Parker?
I would rather Mayday.
No, I love Mayday Parker, but I want a proper Spider-Woman film. I want the spy flick. I want the double triple agent for Shield and.
Oh, that's Spider-Woman. Okay, I know which one you're talking about now.
She shoots.
I think she was a double triple agent for Shield and Hydra.
Yeah, she was like a double. She was just like something on her own. Honestly, it was super weird.
She did whatever she wanted to be. Like,
like you mean how she was pregnant?
What?
Yes. One time in her comic series, she was pregnant, and everybody was kind of wondering whose baby was it, and they're like guessing a whole bunch of names, and then someone just says, "Is it Tony Stark's?" And she just like gives.
Oh god.
Yeah, so
gives gives a disgust face.
Like it gives that like Batman glare is what she gives someone.
Wasn't it Luke Cage's kid? Didn't they? I know Luke Cage had a daughter eventually, but wasn't that with Spider-Woman?
No. That was actually with what's her name? I forgot her name.
No, she was another superhero.
Yeah, she was. She was. Damn, Marvel actually had a TV series for her too.
Jessica Jones.
There we go. It was Jessica Jones. That's who she had. Okay. It was Jessica Jones.
I mean, but Jessica Jones had Luke Cage kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what threw me because like the same first name kind of crap.
Yeah.
I would love to see the new Avengers like with Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America.
Wolverine or.
I want to see the new Avengers, but I also want to see the young Avengers. Which like Kate Bishop, Iron Lad,
Wiccan,
Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, Iron Lad, Wiccan, which is also King the Conqueror, which I really hope we get King the Conqueror soon. Yeah, Wiccans,
Kid Vision, the Vision Kid.
Yeah, Kid Vision, all the, I don't, and also like with Ant-Man being a teacher kind of thing. I think that'd be really cool.
And let's be honest, we can't have
Stature. Yeah. Scott Lang's kid. because she's an adult. She's like a teenager now. So
I was gonna say, we can't have Wiccan and who was the other
Speed?
speedster? Yeah, we can't have Wiccan or Speed without having the House of M happening.
but we're supposed to see them in WandaVision. Because in like the
True.
short little trailer they showed with during the Super Bowl with Hawkeye and Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision and Loki, we saw during the WandaVision part, we saw 2 cradles.
But you remember, with WandaVision, she made these kids, but then she also had a breakdown, and that's how House of M
happened.
Yeah, and
Started.
then
Uh,
they came
a
alive,
lot
and
of
then
people are a lot of people are also thinking a lot of people also talking about maybe this is how we get the mutants. Maybe Wanda makes them
true.
with a House of M kind of event.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but going back with the Young Avengers, I gotta say that Wiccan is kind of like one of my personal favorite superheroes. Honestly,
cool.
No,
yeah, he's really cool.
No.
And then
I love Kate Bishop. But also, I'm also a fan of Hawkeye.
that's
I like the Archer heroes. I like Green Arrow. I like
Well-
Red Arrow. I like Hawkeye. I like Kate Bishop Hawkeye. I like
Let's
I
be
like
honest.
the Archer heroes.
Let's be honest. Green Arrow can be Hawkeye. Let's just be honest.
More money.
Come on. Well, if you have a boxing glove arrow, you're automatically just a winner.
Yeah, but Hawkeye also has trick arrows.
That's
In the
true.
comics, he does at least.
Yeah.
They haven't really done that in the full thing. In like the Green Arrow, the Arrow TV show barely using his trick arrows.
Yeah, that is like really weird. And Green Arrow is actually very known for his trick arrows, and that's really weird that we didn't even see it that much within Arrow series.
The trick arrows.
Yeah.
Very disappointed with Arrow. You know, like,
I enjoyed Arrow. The last season was really good.
I watched
but-
like a couple of seasons.
So, do we want to go to DC now since we're already on DC?
No, we're
Yeah.
still talking about Marvel because I didn't finish my sentence.
Okay, finish your
what-
sentence.
Okay,
Good
so,
DC because we've been
again-
talking about Marvel for about an hour.
So, like I said before, like Wiccan was one of my most favorite characters, and I didn't even notice that he was actually,
Gay.
yeah, we can't use that word, sir.
I think you kind of noticed that when you
Homosexual.
started working.
There we go. We'll go with
Homo
that.
and bisexual.
Yeah, and it was.
I have 2 friends who are gay and married to each other, who are also poly,
know?
but I won't talk about that.
The reason I say I don't want to say that is because YouTube standards. Someone that's gonna get butthurt at YouTube. These are not my rules, sir. These are their rules. We have to abide by them.
I know. I don't even follow the YouTube standards at this point.
But yeah,
I know you had standards.
that. But yeah, talking about Wicked. He was the only character that I felt like it wasn't something that was kind of forced into the comic series. You know.
Wait, say that one more time, because all I heard was forced into the comic series.
Him being like
The
like,
shapeshifter Hulk kid.
yeah,
Hulkling.
with Hulkling, and him being like I'll just go with it and just say him being gay didn't actually. Him being gay wasn't something that was like forced in there, you know. As like modern comics, it's like they're forcing characters to be either gay, bisexual, or another thing, and it's just Wiccan was.
But I don't think
more of
they
a
are,
comic
because even with the whole thing with like Bobby Iceman being gay.
Actually,
feel
I
like they're building up-
didn't even know he was that
I-
until
That's
like
it.
I was told about
He's not
that.
gay.
I
He's bi. Bobby is bisexual. Fuck that. Like, oh, you think
I
about
thought-
dudes, you're gay. Like, I also think about women as like, so you're gay. Like, fuck you. Bisexual is a thing, man. I'm sorry.
Best way is
thought
in the
they
three-way.
no, they straight up said Bobby was gay. I thought.
Yeah, they said he was gay despite the fact that he dates and likes women.
That is,
He's bisexual.
yeah, that's true.
That's
Okay,
a
I
good
don't.
definition
He
of bi.
might be like
I
might as well
haven't
just go
read
up to
any
the
of the
might as well go up to
recent
the
comics with him in it when they after that. So, because really the only character I really follow in the comics is Spider-Man, and sometimes Deadpool, because I like a laugh, and Deadpool like is funny. So, but
Basically, Looney Tunes is Marvel.
So now just going back, just
Also
just
Miss
going on
Marvel.
comics. That's true, actually. Yeah, Miss Marvel is.
Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel.
Yeah, it's
Great series.
It's out there. It's just.
No, I love Kamala Khan. Like that's the only Inhuman I follow. That's why I'm excited for the Marvel Avengers game. I'm excited for her series. I'm really excited for her series.
All right, now heading on to comics and talking about like the comic industry as a whole now.
I thought we were going to do DC first, then comics.
Okay. Well, I might have switched the images, so let me switch. Dear God, I gotta switch these images back around. So let me just. Y'all making me switch my images around, man. Okay, Jesus. All right, DC Comics. Now.
Or DC movies in general.
DC movies,
whatever.
yeah. Okay, we'll just.
So the rise and fall, then rise and fall, then rise of DC movies.
All right, but going back to the Bobby before we continue on to DC, it could be like a John Constantine thing, you know, where
John Constantine.
Yeah, where in one issue he has a boyfriend, or the next issue he has a girlfriend, or.
I mean, Constantine is bisexual anyway. Like, I think he's actually like not asexual, pansexual.
I do not know anymore.
Which is what Deadpool is. So.
Yeah, he might be though.
That's because Deadpool really fucked yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway.
I mean, he did bang Death and an alien and and a shapeshifter and multiple other things.
Deadpool just fucks anything with a hole.
Yeah, let's just. I'm not
Sometimes,
gonna argue with that one.
Doesn't have to have a hole.
But on to DC's rises and falls. Okay, let's get this first one out.
Roller coaster that is.
Harley Quinn,
So,
Birds
DC,
of Prey.
I enjoyed it.
I did not.
Oh.
I enjoyed what they were.
Look.
I understand like they were adding more characters from the Birds of Prey, but
I enjoyed the Harley Quinn aspect of it. I did not join the Birds of Prey aspect of it.
That I cannot deny. The Harley Quinn aspect, and when she was getting her, it was hyenas, right?
Like, yeah, like anything that like was just Harley Quinn focused was great. The Birds of Prey part, I disagree. I feel like they should have done Gotham City Sirens, have Catwoman, have Poison Ivy. But apparently that's going to be the next female-led team up.
They kind of messed it up. I mean, it was a big ball.
I mean, because Birds of Prey was a Batgirl team. Batgirl made the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Which is actually what the Birds of Prey TV show that no one watched was faithful for.
It's because since they did the Birds of Prey movie, then they tried the TV show, and it's like, no, you're not gonna try to save it. You already messed it up. You know.
I mean, even like movie companies changed the logo to Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, so that Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I can't believe I remember the title. To try to get box office numbers up, but again, the Harley Quinn parts were great. 10 out of 10 because it's Harley Quinn. It was her getting rid of the Joker. And again, I also have a very soft spot for Harley Quinn right now because the animated show. It's great. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's amazing.
Watch it, and when you're done watching the first season, everybody, please get on the second season because the second season is just gonna be as good and as funny.
Well, it's not even out yet. It comes out next month.
Yeah, it comes out in April. So.
Yeah, so in a couple weeks.
I'm gonna be honest. Harley Quinn is kind of like that crazy aunt you only see around Christmas time, but when she comes around, you're gonna have like a great time with your aunt.
No, exactly. But again, the Birds of Prey part, I feel like they could have done
better.
A different female team. Save Birds of Prey for when you actually introduce Batgirl.
Yeah.
Do a Batgirl movie. Do what they were going to do. Do a Batgirl movie, then do a Birds of Prey movie. They could have easily done like, hey, Harley Quinn made some friends with a Selena Kyle and a Pamela Ivy, Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah, honestly,
that would have
actually been a better route to go with instead of the Birds of Prey, and.
Or just make it a Harley Quinn film. Do like maybe like little team ups with other like minor villains, like have a live action Dr. Psycho. That would be great.
Or actually going around with the comics even, where she just like each comic she just like teams up with a different superhero. You know, like
And one,
Yeah, like
one issue
you
she
could have
teamed
had
up
like
with Power Girl.
like
and,
minor. You could have had minor heroes. Have a Speedy. Have
Yeah.
I don't know,
Power Girl.
yeah, Power. I feel like they would have saved Power Girl for a Superman movie.
True. That is very much true.
Because I'm thinking more like grounded heroes. Have a Spectre. Have a
Maybe not Spectre.
Spectre. The Bat family chick.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Spirit of Vengeance.
No.
Okay. Because I'm like, are you sure you want the Spirit of Vengeance to make his first movie in a Harley Quinn movie? It'd be like super weird, but actually in the comic series, she was actually a landlord too, wasn't she?
I believe so.
I
has
think
fallen
so,
to
yeah.
silence.
No, it wasn't Spectre. Who am I thinking of? Bat
The first
family.
one?
Was it Orphan? Was it, Cassandra Cain?
Oh,
Orphan?
yeah.
Or-
Yes, it's Orphan.
Yeah.
That would have been actually a great way to introduce her into the series.
Maybe have an uncostumed Tim Drake or even a Jason Todd. Have don't call them by their names, but just be like, hey, this is obviously Jason Todd. Like
True.
have him stealing, have him steal a tire off the Batmobile.
Actually, that would have been a great way. That would have been a great way to introduce
have
him
an
like
Easter egg, even though Harley Quinn was
that. Or even
still
Damien.
connected. Yeah, have Damien. Well, Harley Quinn was still connected to the old DCU, so Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, BVS, Justice League, EU, Wonder Woman.
That's true. She was actually with Wonder Woman for a time too, huh?
But I'm talking about just the DC Universe movies. Apparently, the Robin that got killed by the Joker was Dick Grayson, even though I don't agree with that.
No, that is a terrible idea. No,
that's what.
that's not even the right character that got killed by the Joker. Hell no.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
God.
that's what not Matt Reeves. That's what Zack Snyder said.
Oh my God.
That's
When
that
Batman
was a
vs.
horrible
When
idea to go.
Batman vs Superman first came out.
Oh my God. He just needs to stick to his own crap. Leave, stuff with actual lore and established stuff alone. Because what the fuck?
That just makes
Everyone thought
complete sense. Yeah, I would actually agree. Yeah, everybody thought it was Jason Todd.
I thought it
Everyone
was.
thought it was Jason Todd. But that's why we saw no mention of Nightwing. That's why we saw no mention of a future Robin. That's why we didn't see I don't know.
Well, understandable because
others.
if we go back to the comics, him and Batman did have a rough.
Batman didn't
split
have
up.
a sidekick for years after Jason died.
Yeah, that had to make a lot of
in-
sense.
But in Batman vs Superman, apparently that Robin died 10, 15 years ago, something like that,
Jesus.
in the timeline of Batman vs Superman. So by that time, he would have had a Tim Drake if it was Jason. He would have probably had a Damian Wayne.
That is very much true, but saying it was Dick, really,
Mm-hmm.
really,
Yep, that's what they've been saying. That's what they confirmed.
God.
Sorry, but they're wrong. I'm just letting you know. They're
Just
wrong.
No, they are wrong.
You can't
But,
get rid of the most sexiest person in DC. You just can't.
With the best ass in comics.
It is.
Don't lie. He is by the people's choice the sexiest character within
Yeah.
DC.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
They even said,
My God.
critics even
But
said if they make a
Batman-
Nightwing movie, so they have to hire someone with a perfectly good ass.
I enjoy the guy who played Nightwing in Titans.
I actually do too. He would actually
Times
be.
was.
Oh, go ahead.
First season of Titans was good, in my opinion. The second season was a little bit lackluster, but I enjoyed the characters they introduced. I enjoyed having a
Bad
Crypto.
opinion.
I enjoyed having a Superboy, who was a somewhat of an amalgamation of both pre pre-New 52 and New 52 Superboy.
And that's actually another character that I'd actually love to see in the movies was Superboy. Not
Would
Yeah.
love a legit Teen Titans movie.
yeah, like a legit one
like-
with Dick Grayson,
Like
and
with
Speedy.
Superboy, Impulse, like.
I think that they're going to
Cyborg.
stick the.
And
I think
Blake
there's.
Robin? Come on,
I
that's.
I think they're going to stick with like the animated shows. So Young Justice season 3 was great. And
definitely.
Titans for the younger, not as well known characters.
Let's also throw this out there too. It's actually good
Doom
to have.
Patrol is also good.
Let's actually throw this out here.
Doom
too.
Patrol was great.
Okay. Okay, there's actually one scene I do love from Doom Patrol, and that was like the flexing scene where everybody just climaxed everywhere in the proximity of what they
Yes.
were. That was
Yes.
hilarious. But
But
there was two characters, Hawk and Dove, from the Justice League Unlimited series that had made an appearance. That I kind of wondered if they were ever going to make an appearance within like DC movies or even TV series, and I was actually kind of glad they actually did make an appearance in there.
I enjoyed the Hawk and Dove portrayal in Titans. I think that was my favorite of the dozen storylines going on in season 2. Because Titans season 2 was such a mess, but the Hawk and Dove stuff was very good.
Yes, Hawk and Dove
Next
were
season's
like always
gonna have
great
20
characters.
seasons. That next season's gonna have 20 stories. That's what's.
I
I
think they're gonna.
It's not enough.
I think they are going to learn their lesson from season 2. Talk to the or like see what like the fans are saying. It's like stick with one storyline, or like go like 3 storylines, 4 episodes, or 4 episodes for a storyline, but have a cohesive story.
50. She 50
Well,
years
the-
old in a Teen Titans.
The
kinda
next, well, she's an alien, but also it's not Teen Titans, it's Titans. The next season's 4 Titans is supposed to be the next big bad is supposed to be Blackfire, which we got teased for at the end of season 2.
So is she gonna like appear like how she appeared in the comics, or how she appeared in like the Teen Titans TV series, where she tried to take Robin away from Starfire? And let's I know.
I think they're going to go more comics, because also apparently we're supposed to be getting Barbara Gordon in season 3.
You know what?
I hope we get her as Oracle, because I think Barbara Gordon is a better character as Oracle. The girl
She
in the
was
chair,
Batgirl.
yes, I think she is a better character as Oracle.
And you know what? Actually, her being Oracle and Dick having like that nice romantic relationship was way better than when they were Batgirl
Yes.
and Robin.
Yes.
So, so going off, let's say this Starfire from Titans. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
What you actually thought when you first saw this?
Terrible.
The actor, or
Sorry.
like the actual show
Yeah.
itself?
Yes. To both,
The actor or the show?
I was
Yes.
actually one of the people who was like, all right, I can see it. They're definitely going.
It was
I mean,
just
they
so
can't get a.
bad.
They can't get someone
They
with green
can't-
skin.
They can't get someone with orange skin. Yes, people.
All kinds of shit. It's just.
Yes, they were getting like. Yes, I've seen pictures of like cosplayers being a more accurate Starfire, but I liked the portrayal of what they were going for.
50-year-old hooker, and is that because that's what she
She's
looks
not
like?
50 though.
She is. The
I mean,
actress
the-
is 50.
The
And she
actress is
looks it.
not
I'm
50.
sorry.
Well, if you're kind of complaining about how her age, you got to remember also from the Witcher series how Mark Hamill and the girl that plays Jennifer are like way, like age gap is like way out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the chick who played Yennefer was like 17 when they first started filming.
I thought she was like in her like early 20s. That's what they said.
When they first started filming, she was 17.
Oh,
I haven't watched The Witcher, so
It's great.
get on that! Get on that now.
It's one of those things that I want to because I love Henry
No,
Cavill.
no. It's one of those things that right now, after this, you better start watching. Because I swear to whatever God that lives out in this universe, you best watch it right now after this. It's a great series. You should not discount it because of because like you just can't get around to it. You better watch
Are you guys
it.
saying Mark Hamill because it's
It's Henry Cavill. What the hell I'm saying?
You know what? Y'all can shut up. maybe I want Mark Hamill. Maybe I want Mark Hamill as Geralt's mentor because what Mark Hamill said like I want to be
yeah.
Oh, I forgot his name.
So did I. He died in the third game.
Yeah, he died in the third game. I can't remember.
Spoilers for a 10-year-old game.
It's like right on the tip of my tongue. It's
I
Vesemir. Yes, Vesemir.
Yeah, Vesemir.
He wanted to play Vesemir, but they're like, no, we're gonna go with a different round. Like that would have been so perfect. You guys missed a great opportunity.
Mhm.
Especially like
But,
at the age Mark Hamill is right now. He no makeup, no nothing. You just give him long hair, and he already has the beard.
Yeah, no kidding. But stepping away from the DC universe
We definitely have The Witcher.
and stepping away from The Witcher, going back to DC,
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
the rise and fall of DC. The rise being Superman, Superman 2, Batman. I'm not counting Superman 3 and 4 because screw those movies. Batman 89, Batman Returns. The fall of DC being Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Was it because of the bat tits?
The
Was it
rise
because of the bat
again.
tits?
It was
Yes,
the Bat
and also those
Nipple,
movies
not
just-
the Bat Tits.
The bat tits, yes. The
And
bat
also
tits.
those movies are just bad anyway.
Yes.
And then the rise again being
Christian Bale.
the Christian Bale Batman and Man
No.
of Steel. It
No,
peaking at Batman vs Superman, just going straight down with Suicide Squad and Justice League,
Yeah, it was like then it just went.
and then going back up with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam.
It's
and
just
then-
just a beautiful movie. I loved it. It was fun, right?
Shazam was straight out from the comics.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's what made it so
definitely,
fun.
definitely.
Yes.
I actually like Justice League. The problem is that they didn't.
Oh my god.
I did.
What-
I'm not saying it's
what
a great
they-
movie.
What they should have done
I'm
with
just-
and Joker being part of the rise too, but what they should have done with Justice League.
Go back.
After-
Go back.
Joker is the fall. Let's be
Joker.
honest.
What are you talking
No,
about?
Joker was great.
The
Joaquin
Joker.
Phoenix Joker.
Are we
Yes.
talking- him.
It was terrible.
That
Yeah.
Joker.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
That is a terrible Joker.
It was terrible.
it was a great movie.
No.
No.
It
Yeah.
was.
No.
It was someone who never read the comic trying to justify the Joker. Like that's the point of the Joker.
It was
There's no
an
justification. It's just a
Elseworld story.
terrible one.
It's not like Superman's actually a Russian communist like in Red Sun. It's an
No, but
Elseworld
I'm just
story.
saying. Yeah, but some of the
I know,
Elseworld
we
stuff was
understand what
bad.
you're going with, but like, you just
Also,
you can't do
Elseworld
that.
stories are like the best stories in DC.
Yeah. But-
In DC the comics, not the DC the movies, though.
Yeah.
Okay, agree
See,
to
the-
disagree. But
Disagree, or we're not gonna disagree about anything.
let me go back to Justice League. What they
Okay.
should have done with
The Joker-
Justice League
Was-
after the traumatic event of what happened to the Snyder family, they should have given him 2-3 months to grieve, and then let him go back to his film on what he wanted to do. But instead, they were like, "No, we need to finish this movie. We're not going to delay it." So that's why they brought in Joss Whedon, and that's where we got the convoluted mess on like some scenes being darker than others, and we got the cheesy, stupid jokes and the CG mustache and all that.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If they just would have given Superman that black and silver suit, I honestly kind of thought that would have made it a bit. Maybe it just made it a bit better.
Like, whenever they revived him, they should have done the black suit, the beard, or just do a mustache.
And,
Come on.
Mine with just a mustache.
Oh,
and
man.
if we're not, maybe like asking for too much, maybe just a mullet or so,
I mean, I think the mullet would have been too much.
No, you need the mullet to complete the
As
look.
much as I would, yes, because they even did the mullet in the new anime movie for Reign of the Superman.
Yeah.
I do agree that the mullet would have been a nice touch, but at the same time, for a live action film, for an actor to grow their hair, because a beard grows faster than hair does.
Oh, you get extensions.
Or-
Come on.
Yeah, or at least like made it seem like his hair grew out more. You know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. Like you don't have to have like a ton of it. I mean,
You don't need the flowing locks. You know, just oh god, oh.
just a little bit of length to it, little bounce. But anyway, my favorite part of the movie, my favorite part of the movie of Justice League was when Superman first appears and the rest of them start fighting him, and when Flash goes his super speed and his reaction.
Superman just looks at him.
Yeah, his reaction to it was hilarious, amazing. It's just like it felt so true to their characters that we know from the comics because they've done that before.
But
like that's
I've seen a lot of like, not for Superman exactly, but I've seen a lot of or not from Justice League exactly, but for Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Instead of doing Doomsday, I think they should have done Bizarro.
Oh god, can we not talk about
We shouldn't-
Doomsday?
how did you get Doomsday from Zod and what?
Honestly, I think you're right. Doing it like a Bizarro would have been better than a Doomsday, because my god,
They
that
could
Doomsday-
still use Zod's body, but made him Bizarro instead of Doomsday.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently there's a. If you're not paying attention, you missed a scene. When Lex Luthor is in the Kryptonian ship, the ship says it is illegal or it's wrong to make a being like or something. It's in that scene where the ship's telling him like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He's like, "Yes," but apparently Kryptonians have made a Doomsday before, like in the comics, and the Doomsday we got in Batman vs Superman was not the original Doomsday, or was not the first Doomsday.
Yeah.
Not the
And it would have
Doomsday.
made more sense if that Doomsday came to, the planet.
And like we actually got proper Doomsday with all the spikes and
Yes.
You could still have Lex
Yes.
Luthor in it. Like he had Doomsday in the comics.
Yeah.
Like
or we could, or even like what they did in the Death of Superman anime movie.
It just like had like 3 Supermen.
No, that's Reign of Superman.
Oh.
yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, I
I
agree. They
think
should have went with Bizarro.
I think since they killed Superman in Batman vs Superman, I think they should have kept him dead 2 or 3 movies.
You should have at
True.
least done the Reign of
True.
Superman movie at the very
Like
least.
or like do Death of Superman with Batman vs Superman, do a Reign of the Superman movie, maybe do like a 2-part Reign of the Superman movie. One part being like, hey, there's this many Superman, the world's being great. Second part, oh hey, we're in trouble. We need the actual Superman again. Then
We could've
bring
got
Superman
Eradicator
back from the dead with the mullet, with the black suit, with the beard.
We
What
could also
have
got
With
you?
everything.
John Irons, isn't it? Wasn't it? He was one of the other guys that was Superman.
Was it like the cybernetic Superman, right?
He had the
Excuse
he
me.
just basically was Iron Man.
Oh,
Oh,
Steel!
Steel.
With
Yes,
the-
that would have been perfect. Bringing Steel into the
Instead of- we
universe
could have
too.
erased we could have erased Shaq as Steel. Good actor.
you will
I'm
never
at a
erase Shaq as
one bar
Steel.
voice connect, so I might disconnect and reconnect real quick.
Okay. You can't get rid of that Shaq as Steel. That's forever there. That is forever
That's him
burned.
showing the world,
history.
man.
Okay, yeah, I agree. We should have gotten the Reign of Superman. We could have gone just Eradicator. We could have gone Steel. We could have gone a proper Superboy. Either Superboy, in my opinion. I wouldn't have care. I don't care for the punk jacket wearing, glasses wearing Superboy.
Or
I
the
like
Jean
the-
Married T-shirt Superboy.
Yeah, that Superboy.
I-
I prefer like the Young Justice Superboy.
They're both the same ones.
Well, yeah, but he had,
I
in the time where it became
I
like
would've
normal to
loved
wear
to
jeans
see-
and T-shirt, like that became more
I mean,
the Superboy's iconic.
yeah,
look, you
because
know?
Reign of Superman was a '90s comic
yeah,
where jean jackets were a thing.
yeah. leather jackets,
They
sunglasses,
still are a thing. I don't care what anybody says.
looking like the
Jean
Fonz. looking like the Fonz. Hey.
Okay. But again, Shazam was great. I think they should continue going on with that, which I think they are with Wonder Woman 82, 84.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
84?
84.
Yeah.
Yeah, take over
I was-
and
And then after that, we're supposed to be.
only doing that would save like the movies. Let's be honest.
Yep. And apparently after that, we're supposed to be getting. We are getting the Batman. We are getting a Black Adam movie. We are getting. We're supposed to be getting Shazam 2 after Black Adam.
Shazam 2
That doesn't kind of make
Black
any
Adam?
sense. Yeah, should Shazam 2 have like
Black
Black
Adam
Adam?
is Shazam 1.
No, the Black Adam film was supposed to be a origin film for Black Adam in ancient Egypt, being
Oh,
with the Rock of
Oh,
Eternity.
Okay.
And then Shazam 2 is going to have Black Adam or Mr. Mind, the little the caterpillar
Oh,
guy.
I remember Mr. Mind.
End of the
That
No,
was weird.
I don't. I think what they should do is save Black Adam for the third film, and then. Oh, fun fact about Shazam: the guy in the Superman suit was not Mark Hamill. It was a different costume altogether.
Really? What was it?
It was a different costume. It was a brighter costume. It was more fitted to the guy. It was obviously a body double because it wasn't Henry Cavill because they didn't show his face. But I think that is a tease for the future because Mark Hamill has, or not Mark. I keep saying Mark Hamill.
What are you speaking of? We were talking
Henry
about-
Cavill.
they were like, oh, no,
Because Henry Cavill, like Ben Affleck, I think Henry Cavill.
Yes. Did he go out? Oh good. Oh god. What happened? What happened? What literally just happened? This is super weird. What just happened? What is going on? Dude, guys, I can't hear you for some reason. Okay, I just got everything back now. Hello? Hello?
The Edge of
Okay, I'm
not
back
the Edge
now.
of Tomorrow. The movie where every time he died he respawned and he Live Die Repeat, which is actually based on a manga, which is even crazier than the show. I'm not
Oh,
going
I've
to talk
heard-
about the manga right. Huh?
Yeah,
So what
that's
are
a
we talking
different
about
thing.
now?
No, it's
He's
um,
still on DC.
yeah,
Saying that Henry
but,
Cavill's not coming back as Superman.
yeah. Henry Cavill, like Ben Affleck, will not be coming back as Superman. That is my general feelings.
So
because
disappointing.
they haven't said anything about that.
Well, I mean, there is
just
multiple
love Henry
people that
Cavill.
kinda sell like the Superman look.
I mean, I think the guy who plays Invisible Man from Doom Patrol, I think he is very. If he builds a little bit more muscle, I think he would be a good Superman.
That's true. That is possible.
The Invisible Man without the bandages, because it's actually a body double with the bandages.
So
All the characters that were heavy, like your Robot Man is not. That is obviously not Brendan Fraser in the costume. It is a body double. They use Brendan Fraser's voice, and Invisible Man is not the. It's not the actual guy as well. They just use his voice.
Okay, so okay, so are we done with like DC talk now, or
Thoughts on Robert Pattinson in the Batman,
okay?
Terrible.
or
No.
thoughts on that whole cast?
I only I know about Robert Pattinson, and I am severely disappointed at the casting choice already. Like,
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. When there was multiple actors of what people were like suggesting, I suggested this one, and a lot of people, for some reason, loved it, and I kind of agree with it. Scott Adkins being Batman would actually be a kind of a good role for him, because he already kind of has that. Because he already has that look of like a Bruce Wayne and Batman and all that. He just has that natural, hot boy look.
oh yeah, and he knows how to fight.
And he knows how to fight, so double the
He's
action.
actually like won tournaments and stuff. Like he does martial arts all the time.
Yeah,
So it would be
for
good.
for Jess, the cast as of now, because it might change because of the whole pandemic thing, because they've had to delay the film for so long because of other movie contracts, is Robert Pattinson as Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, because they are doing a very Frank Miller year one Catwoman, because you can tell because she even shaved her head for it. Paul Dano as Riddler,
Really?
because the Riddler is supposed to be the main villain. It's supposed to be a heavy detective based story, a noir based story, which is what I've been waiting for a Batman film for a very long time, because Batman is not just a fighter. He is the world's greatest detective.
I mean,
he's also a ninja.
If we're gonna go like with a route like that, might as well just go with like
Detective Ninja.
Batman. What was this called? Batman Day by Gaslight or something like that.
Gotham by Gaslight.
Gotham by Gaslight. Yeah, that.
I mean, they already did. I mean, they did the animated show.
Well, yeah, but they could have also done like an actual movie and doing it like that would have been great.
The rest of the cast: Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, Colin Farrell as Penguin, Andy Serkis as Alfred, John Turturro as Carmine.
Farrell as Penguin?
No, Colin Farrell as
Oh.
Penguin.
Oh, okay.
John Turturro as Carmine Falcone.
See, Colin Farrell as being the Penguin, like.
I think what they're going with the Penguin route. I think they're going the Telltale series route, and also there have been other like comic book appearances of Penguin where he's skinnier, like Emperor Penguin. I'm pretty sure that's one where he's skinny.
Okay. Let's not let them go to that route. I mean, please. Penguin is not skinny. He was never skinny.
I will show you a picture right now.
Penguin was always fat. He was always like this like fat little midget guy that was always jealous of Bruce. That's what he was.
Nope.
That's what he was all the time.
Look, he's Danny DeVito. That's all he will ever be. You understand?
Nope. That is Penguin from the Emperor Penguin storyline.
Oh, no, that is not Penguin. Fuck that. He's blonde. And what the hell? He looks like a Nazi with an
What
umbrella.
the fuck is this? What is this? What the fuck? Is this allowed? Is this allowed? I can't get by it. I can't. I grew up knowing like Penguin be like this.
Penguin, that's him.
Like this, like
Does he got a tattoo?
guy always wearing like a suit and whatnot. I can't get behind that. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's like that. Not what I just saw.
What? But Emperor Penguin is a thing, and also
I know it's a thing, but like I just
and also
grew up with.
I enjoy Telltale Penguin.
Okay, that I will not deny. That
That was a skinnier Penguin.
Yeah.
So
and it was great because it was Tall Tales, and it wasn't canon.
Exactly.
But Emperor Penguin is canon, and they've done it.
I hate it for being canon. Let me just say this right now.
Did he get on or something?
Tall
Like,
Tales needs to kind of come back. Oh god, the video's playing. Tall Tales needs to come back. It kind of does. I
as much as I do agree, but they did shut down for a reason, which I'm sad because I would like them to finish off some of their stories, like with The Walking Dead, like with Guardians, the Guardians one. I would like them to do season 3 of Batman.
Yeah. Quick question. This might be off topic. It might go off to our comic list, but
are they also the ones that own the property of the what was it called? The Wolf something?
The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, the Wolf Among Us. Do they own that right?
I believe that was Telltale.
Because if it was, we're never ever gonna get a second one, and I'm very, very sad that we're never ever gonna get a second one.
Yep, that was Telltale.
Ah, this is why. This is why. I did.
Apparently, according as of December of last year, so a few months ago, they are doing a Wolf Among Us 2.
Really? Sweet, don't pull my... Oh, sweet, okay.
LCG Entertainment, doing business as Telltale, has confirmed that the Wolf Among Us 2 is again in development.
Okay.
Telltale has partnered with Ad Hoc Studio, creative house formed by former Telltale Games employees and focused on interactive narrative, to resume work on and co-develop the second season of the award-winning The Wolf Among Us. The title was revealed during the Game Awards.
Okay. All right. That's good news in my mind, at least. To me, that's good news.
So we are getting a Wolf Among Us 2, but with all this craziness, and just with comics in general, what characters are you wanting to see in any future movies?
Be honest, I want to see. I don't know if you guys know, like Invincible from Image Comics.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Awesome.
I've
also heard that he got raped in one of the issues.
He did.
I mean,
I read the issue.
Everyone gets raped at some point.
I mean, you know what? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Nightwing got raped. Batman, at one point, I believe he did the rape.
Everyone debates on that one if you're talking about the Talia thing.
He got date raped.
That one's like up in the air because it wasn't by force, but he didn't choose to.
It's date rape. She drugged him. He did not consent. That is rape.
That's
how that works.
But
can you blame it on the drugs? I mean, it'd be kind of like the same situation where you didn't agree to have sex, but you were drunk. I have been smashed several times, and I am still fully aware of my actions. So
he was not. Otherwise, he would have given obvious consent, which he did not.
But
so Damien is a rape baby, and it explains a lot, to be honest. And she's freaking evil, and apparently most of Damien is a clone.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest with this.
The whole
Batman, at one point in time, did have a thing with Black Canary when she was married to Oliver. So.
Oh my god.
Wait, Batman at one point in time, what? Because you
Batman and Black Canary had a little. I'm gonna say had a little session when Batman accidentally, or he didn't even accidentally. He did this intentionally, where he intentionally burned a group of criminals alive.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that happened. It didn't happen. So.
All right. But back to my questions. Characters you would like to see in future movies.
Invincible. Let's get off the topic.
We don't need to go back on that rape topic again, please.
No.
Yeah.
But yes, Invincible.
I would like to see
I do kind of think he should, because Invincible is kind of like he's like a different comic version of Superman in a sense, but
man is
kind of like drawn he's more drawn out better, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's so well written because just like there's cliches in it, yeah, but they poke fun at the cliches and then they kind of subvert them.
Yeah.
In a lot of the way. You know,
a character I want to see. I would love to see a proper version of.
Let's hear it.
I'm blanking. Moon Knight. That's Marvel.
Oh, I just don't.
I want to see a live-action Static Shock. That's what I want to see.
Yes.
God,
Times. Yes.
and I would also like a live action Batman Beyond.
Yes,
Give me Terry McGinnis.
You're asking too much. You're asking too much at once, my man. You just...
Well, apparently,
apparently,
once what was the George Clooney one? Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. What was the latter of those two?
Batman and Robin.
After Batman and Robin flopped, apparently the whole plan, what they wanted to do, was make a live action Batman Beyond, because of how the show went. Because the show was very popular in syndication.
Excuse me.
Like, we could also get Static Shock, an older Static Shock, in Batman Beyond, I think.
True. And you could have like a double whammy right there.
Yes, as much as I would love that, but that's just a pipe dream at this point.
Yeah, it is.
So is also Batman Beyond. And Static. Well, I mean, Static
They're-
maybe not
they're
so
both-
much.
They're both pipe dreams, since we barely saw Static in season 3 of Titan and Young Justice.
That's kind of like wasted potential right there. Honestly.
I mean, and I like the whole thing they were going for in like the second season of Young Justice with Black Lightning and Static having a student-teacher
Complex.
bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of both of them having electric powers.
Yeah, and that makes a lot more sense, especially with Black Lightning goes up against what's her name? Livewire. She's like, "Oh, I'm made of electricity, but you never had Black Lightning before."
Oh my god, that was such a cheesy line. That was so cheesy.
They made so many memes about it, and there was one where where they play like sexual music behind it too, and it was just funny as hell.
Okay, let's do one more topic because I gotta get off.
Okay, well, continuing with like characters that I want to see, there is one I would actually love to see. Actually, I would love for them to redo, which is Richard Dragon. Please, let's get a retry with that character. That character is
Dragon.
Like, Richard Dragon is one of the lesser known DC martial artists, and it was kind of wasted potential because in his like 25 comic book run, he was shown to be like an actual great character. This character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this character trained Batman, and I would have mind seeing him in like Gotham or something, training like a young Bruce Wayne, because he was a major character in Batman's past. Okay,
yeah, because they used an arrow.
Yeah, and that I can't accept that because that's not my dragon.
But again, Arrow did take a lot of Batman stuff and put it in Arrow because it was season 1 was riding off the high of the Dark Knight.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it was the more darker tone, which the WB thought we wanted, but then like, hey, we got the Flash, which is a lot lighter tone a lot lighter tone show. Then we got Legends of Tomorrow, which was definitely like the funny show for that series. Then we got Supergirl, which is also very light in tone. And then we got Black Lightning, which kind of went back to the darker tone. And
yeah, it was like light tone, dark tone, light tone, dark tone. It was like, I mean,
the Black Lightning comics are it's very much about family because of the whole lightning and thunder thing, but also very dark at some points too. Especially with like Black Lightning's villains, like Tobias Wales and the 100 and yada yada yada.
And all that goodness.
I was
All
really
that good
disappointed
stuff.
with Supergirl. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Hey, I enjoy Supergirl.
Okay.
I'm one of the few people who enjoy Supergirl.
Okay, I gotta be honest with Supergirl. It's just so much things behind it. I couldn't get behind
missing something and like stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, the first season is all about the escaped Kryptonians and all that crap. Like, Superman would never just say, "Oh, you can handle it." No, like, if y'all read comics ever, I mean, for fuck's sake. So
Again, that was back when WB was doing like, hey, we're using certain characters for the movies, you can't use them. That's why That's why they killed off like Deadshot in the Arrowverse. That's why they killed off a lot of the Suicide Squad in the Arrowverse. That's why they hinted at a Harley Quinn in the Arrowverse. We never got that because they did hint at Harley when they were going through some of the inmates for Task Force X or the Suicide Squad, which
I get that, but I'm still saying like, it was bad writing. Like they could have come up with something else.
And I don't know. I know. So I'm gonna get like one of you are gonna get mad at me for saying this, but like the whole entire agenda behind it didn't improve it. I'm gonna be honest. It did not improve it. It just made it worse.
I don't really watch those shows for the political reasons. I just watch it 'cause it's like, ooh, superheroes.
Yeah.
That's also why I don't like some of them.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's like, if you're gonna make a superhero show, please just make it a superhero show. Don't put like politics and.
But comics are very political anyway. Comics are very political.
Bad ones are dated like that. Like there was one Obama's first run. They had ones where the characters were like talking about who they're gonna vote for, and one of them was like, "Oh, Obama," and like, way to date your story. Like you're supposed to use like analogy and crap like that. Like with X-Men, they're everything. You have to be race, gender, sexuality, all that. But no, it's like straight on the head. It's just anybody who's disenfranchised or singled out kind of crap.
I mean, even with like comics like the Boys comic, if you watch that show, there's a scene on. Oh. Do you remember the airplane scene?
No, I finally got around to see how like the Boys ended, and my God, it was super like it just. I will spoil it. So if you don't want to spoil it, you best get off the chat.
Mute yourself like 30 seconds.
Yeah, who doesn't want to hear it? Who doesn't want to hear the spoiler?
No, go ahead.
I want to watch it.
Okay. I've watched it.
Okay, so in the comic book spoiler, because I'm pretty sure if I'm sure they probably did it in the TV series.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So get this: Noir is a clone version of Homelander. Noir was created for the whole sole purpose of killing Homelander if he ever got out of control. And Homelander.
So he's basically Batman.
Yeah. Crazy.
But he's basically Batman. A superpowered Batman. But in the comics, there is the 9/11 scene.
Oh.
I was going to go in the TV show's version of, or the Amazon versions of that. It was a terrorist attack, but in the comic, it was 9/11. So that's another way of dating your comic. Yes, comics date. Sometimes they have to date where they are. Like
You mean like how they did the whole radio broadcast of Superman taking down the KKK?
Yes, like and they republished that story too, and it's a great story. Like they reprinted that storyline recently.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a good reason, kind of a good thing to do it too.
No, yeah, because it's history. It's like America's been through this stuff plenty.
Yeah. So going back to the Boys. So Noir was basically a clone of Homelander. When the Homelander. Oh wait, so check this. Remember Butch, right? Remember how Butch's family was killed by Homelander?
Yeah.
That wasn't Homelander. That was Noir. Noir went so crazy because he only had one objective in his entire life. He went so crazy that he dressed up as Homelander, raped and killed Butch's family, and when and Noir was basically the one that blackmailed Homelander, and when Homelander took over the United States and killed the president, that's when Noir had revealed himself with this crazy look and basically saying he did things with this like sadistic crazy ass smile. He speed blitzed Homelander and killed him.
All right, on that depressing note, I think that's where we should end this podcast.
Actually, no, there's actually one last thing. I know, and this is one last thing because I have the picture up already, but it's gonna happen. Dark Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. It is said that it's gonna be the last DC movie, animated movie. It's gonna be the very last.
Yeah.
One. So
For this continuity, because it
I'm
started
just-
with Justice League War. Now it's
Yeah.
going to end with Justice League Dark, the Dark Side War.
yeah. So just letting you all know, if y'all haven't seen it or heard about it, it's gonna happen. I'll be honest, I'm kind of gonna hate it because the Constantine that played Constantine in TV series is also the voice actor, so we're never gonna see or
But,
hear him again unless they make another TV series. To which, please,
I
DC,
mean,
get
he's
back
in
on that.
Legends Tomorrow.
Yeah, he is. But I want
Honestly,
my
it's why-
Constantine
the only
TV
reason
series
I watch
back.
Legends of Tomorrow is for him. Like, I enjoyed him.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But
But we
anyway,
can
on that
all
note-
agree that
Yeah.
we can all agree that Matt Ryan is a better Constantine than Keanu Reeves, right?
Oh, you best be taking that back.
What?
Hey, I grew up watching that. That Constantine is whack.
It's so
It
bad,
is
though.
whack. You can say it's
Wait.
bad, but I grew up and I keep watching it every time I see it on Netflix. I watch it a lot. And I gotta. and I
Matt
always-
Ryan is such a better Constantine.
I know
though.
he's a better Constantine, but like I grew up with Keanu Reeves Constantine, to which a lot of critics say
Yes,
made
but
it
even
a-
though you grew, like I grew up with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but I still think Tom Holland is a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire.
No, for me it's the other way around. I'm sorry.
Tobey is a good Peter, Andrew is a good Spidey, Tom is a good mix of both.
Yeah, but I like Tobey Maguire better. I'm sorry.
So
Hey,
you
so
like
wait,
dancing-
there's something funny. There was actually a funny picture when they said when they were gonna do like a Spider-Man, hopefully Spider-Verse, that they actually wanted to get both those actors in on it.
I mean, yeah, they actually wanted to. The original plan was to get both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to play a part in Spider-Verse 1, but they decided no. Actually, the Spider-Man that was voiced by Peter B. Parker, the older one, the mentor one, he was supposed to be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, because when he's telling his story, you see a lot of what happened in the Raimi trilogy. You see the train, you see the kiss, even though it's inverted. You see the car being thrown into the restaurant, even though he's in his costume. He punches it instead of dives
Catches it.
towards MJ.
Yeah, and just like one last thing before we end this, I kind of do hate that Sony has the MJ and the MCU doesn't. It's sorry.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know this is-
Like,
sorry,
I
don't know
hated
this.
that too. Like they riled everybody up saying that she's MJ. You know, like if you don't like her, you know you're an evil racist person. And like, turns out she's not MJ. She's
But
Michelle something.
She's Michelle Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I get that
MJ.
they did that, but that is just the lowest way to get people to watch your crap. And like, I enjoyed
But
her.
I'm
I enjoyed
fine with her
character.
being
I enjoyed her.
MJ. I actually think
Hmm.
the MJ in the movies portrays like the video game MJ very well, because I like that the video game version of Mary Jane is my favorite version of Mary Jane. I've read Spider-Man comics for a long time. I've been reading Spider-Man comics and watching
too.
Spider-Man TV shows and doing everything since I was like 2. My first game was one of my very first games was the Spider-Man game for the PS1 with like Mysterio, Carnage, Venom, Monster Rock, all that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I think what they're
Oh.
doing, I think they're trying to make the MCU MJ. I think they're trying to make her like the video game one,
Which one though?
the new one.
The new one. Okay.
Michelle Jones.
Yeah,
Like-
that
Are you
one I
talking
understand.
about-
No, because you can obviously see that the PS4 Spider-Man MJ can take care of herself.
Yeah, and not
She's not a damsel. She's not a damsel in distress. I think there are too many damsel in distresses. I don't like. I I know this is going to be a hot take. I don't like Gwen Stacy.
This is heresy, and this
She
is
was
where we
always
shall end the
getting in trouble.
podcast. This is where we shall end the podcast. This is where we end it before we get any more backlash.
Don't
from
at
comic
me.
fans.
No, my favorite Spider-Man, even though it was a very forced thing, my favorite Spider-Man couple is Spider-Man and Silk.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie I'm not gonna lie, but it is kind of weird.
Even though it was very forced because apparently their pheromones attracted each other, and
yeah, that.
I still like that relationship.
The best relationship that needs more time is Spider-Man and She-Hulk. That's just it. Like, they're the best.
That's not
You're
gonna
just
happen
gonna
in
bring
the
up
MCU,
Spider.
but
You're
it
just
could
gonna bring up
happen.
like any character, just She-Hulk, Batman, She-Hulk. There we go. Perfect couple right there. Nightwing with
Alright,
any
I think
with
that's
any female comic
I
character.
think that's a good
right
place to end this podcast.
there. Yeah, that's a
We'll
good place
see
to
y'all
end it.
later.
We'll do another
We'll see y'all
podcast, guys.
next
And we're
time.
gonna instead of like doing a comic podcast, we're just gonna go back to doing a D&D game. If anybody is down to do that tomorrow, so let's.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to D&D next time.
Yes, next time is D&D. I hope all you folks
Remember,
have a nice
guys,
night and have a good time, and make sure to wash your hands and all that good stuff before you leave.
Wash
the
your
house.
damn hands. Stay home.
Please
Do social distancing.
stop spreading it everywhere. And with that, have a nice night. Bye bye.